Yes, good morning, all of you. Okay. In previous lecture, what we have discussed? Previous lecture, what we have discussed? Energy storage technology. Is it right? Okay, we have discussed energy storage technology. So generally, what are the technologies we have to store the energy? Okay, whether it may be a mechanical or electrical. Okay, generally we have three types of technologies to store the energy. Okay, one is the mechanical energy storage devices like flywheel energy storage systems. Okay, and next PHS systems, CAS systems. Okay, pumped hydro storage. Next, clear. So these are the devices we can use to store the energy in terms of mechanical. Okay, next, like the same way, we can also store the energy, that is the electrical energy storage devices. What are the electrical energy storage devices? That is the super capacitors, energy storage devices, and super conducting magnetic energy storage devices. Means like capacitors. Okay, by using the capacitors, we can also store the energy in terms of it will store the energy in the form of electric field. Okay, like the same way, inductors also we can consider as storage devices for a short duration. Inductors also can be considered as a storage devices, okay, for a short duration. So these inductors can be stored the energy in the form of magnetic field, in the form of magnetic field. Clear? So like the same way, capacitor is also we can consider just electric energy storage devices for a short duration. Clear? And this capacitor will store the electrical energy in the form of electric field. So that's why what we can see here, electrical energy storage devices are super capacitors energy storage devices, super conducting magnetic energy storage devices. Clear? Already we have seen all these devices. Next, also we have seen the electrochemical energy storage devices. So we know everybody, electrochemical storage devices means batteries. Okay, we have a different types of batteries. Okay, these will store the energy. Clear? And but these devices means electrochemical energy storage devices like batteries. These batteries will be able to supply the power to the load or components for a long duration, for a long duration. That is depends upon the ratings of the device. That is depends upon the ratings of the device. Clear? So we have a different types of batteries: lithium ion, okay, nickel cadmium, NMIM batteries. Clear? So we have different types of batteries. All these we have discussed, and also we have given the comparison. Also we have seen the comparison, means all the devices having the different uh, criteria. Means one device is having the high power density, one device is having the low power density, another device is having the high energy density, and another device is having the low energy density. Okay, one device is for a long what we can search. Some devices can be able to supply the power for a short duration. for some devices can be able to supply the for long durations. Okay, that is depends upon types of batteries. Clear? So all this comparison we have seen in the previous lecture. Okay, energy and power densities comparison. Next, power rating and discharge time comparison also we have seen. Okay, self discharge also we have seen previous lectures. Lifetime is also main important point. Clear? Next, efficiency. Next, time response. Cost of the batteries. Clear? Environmental impacts. Which device will be show the impact on the environmental conditions. Clear? So all these we have seen the previous lectures. So today we are going to see the sizing of the major components. Sizing of the major components. So generally the major components in a hybrid electric vehicle may be series hybrid electric vehicle or parallel hybrid electric vehicle. So what are the major components here? Generally motor or IC engine, or power electronic systems. Clear? So these are the major components in the hybrid electric vehicles. What are those? Motor, IC engine, okay, and power electronic systems. And these are the major components in the hybrid electric vehicles. The design of the power ratings of these components is the first and most important step to the whole system. Okay, that in the design of these parameters, some design constraints must be considered, which include acceleration performance, okay, highway driving and urban driving, and energy balance in the power electronic systems. Energy balance in the power electronic systems means what we can see here. So whenever we are going to design the vehicle, okay, so these parameters must be considered while designing the vehicle. Okay, what are those? Acceleration performance. What will be the speed? Yeah, how the maximum speed can be reached in how much time? What will be the torque? Okay, what is the starting torque? What is the running torque? What is the operating torque? Okay, so all these parameters we have to check. That is called as the acceleration performance. Okay, acceleration performance. Also, we have to check the what will be the driving in highways as well as in urban, in like cities. Okay, that is the whenever we are driving the vehicle in urban, that will be different, and whenever we are driving in highways, that will be different. Okay, so during these cases or during these conditions, which motor, which IC engine, okay, which battery is suitable, and which power electronic is suitable. Okay, because in urban areas the driving is different. Okay, generally the vehicle will move, start and stop. Okay, but in the case of highways, the vehicle is continuously run. Okay, the vehicle is continuously run. So depends upon the where we are driving the highways or urban areas. So for driving the vehicle urban areas, which motor, which IC engine, which battery, which power electronic system is suitable. Okay, accordingly we have to select. So energy balance in the power electronic system. So what we can say, when we are designing the hybrid electric vehicle, the energy balance is also one of the most important thing. So means how much energy coming from the IC engine, how much energy sharing from the motor. Okay, how much energy sharing from the IC engine. Okay, how much energy is taking the vehicle from the IC engine as well as motor. Okay, how the battery charging. Okay, during the regenerative braking, when the vehicle is running under normal condition. Normal means when the vehicle is moving in neutral. Okay, so during that time, then no energy is required by the IC engine as well as battery. Okay, that cases we can convert the whatever the kinetic energy is there. That energy can be converted into the mechanical energy converted to the electrical, and this electrical energy can be given to the battery for storing. Okay, so all these conditions we have to check. That is called as power in energy balance. Okay, that is called as the energy balance. So these three parameters must be we have to consider while designing the vehicles. Next, the power rating design of the traction motor similar to the pure electric vehicle. Okay, as discussed in previous chapters, first chapter. Okay, the power rating of the electric vehicle. The power rating of the electric motor drive in series hybrid electric vehicle is completely determined by the vehicle acceleration performance requirements, motor characteristics, and transmission characteristics. So means what we can see here. So the total, for example, in the case of series hybrid electric vehicle, in the case of series hybrid electric vehicle, in the case of series hybrid electric vehicle, the IC engine as well as electrical motor are connected in series. IC engine as well as electrical motors are connected in series, and this electrical motor is running the vehicle. Okay, means IC engine as well as electrical motor mechanically coupled, and this whatever we are getting the shaft of the electrical motor, and this shaft is running the electric vehicle because this shaft of the electrical motor is mechanically coupled with the mechanical transmission of the vehicle. So means the vehicle is totally depends upon the motor. The vehicle is totally depends upon the motor. Maybe the motor is running with the IC engine or battery, whatever that, but that is series connected because IC engine is not connected to the vehicle here. IC engine is connected to the motor and motor is connected to the vehicle. So here main component in the series hybrid electric vehicle is motor. So motor is running the motor running the vehicle. So that's why in the case of series hybrid electric vehicle, the vehicle acceleration performance is totally depends on the electrical motor. Okay, so what is the speed of the motor, what will be the torque of the motor, okay, and what will be the power of mechanical out power of the motor. Okay, what would be the transmission characteristics of the vehicle? Means transmission characteristics means whatever that shaft of the electrical motor and vehicle is connected mechanically. So that is also important. So that's why what we can see here. So in the case of series hybrid electric vehicle, the vehicle performance, okay, the acceleration performance is totally depends upon the motor. Is totally depends upon the motor. Clear? But in the case of parallel hybrid electric vehicle, but in the case of parallel hybrid electric vehicle, the vehicle is depends upon the IC engine as well as motor. Okay, the vehicle performance depends upon the IC engine as well as electrical motor, because here the IC engine as well as electrical motor both are connected in parallel. Both are connected in parallel. So, for example, if any one device, for example, electrical motor is not working properly, the vehicle is can be run by using the IC engine. Okay, for example, if IC engine is not working properly, so the vehicle can be run with the electrical motor. It is clear. So means what we can say, uh, the vehicle is depends upon the IC engine as well as electrical motor. So the acceleration performance of the parallel hybrid electric vehicle is totally depends upon the IC engine as well as electrical motor. Clear? So that is depends upon the designing of the electric hybrid electric vehicle. Clear? So at the beginning of the design, the power rating of the motor drive can be estimated according to the acceleration performance. Okay, using the following equation. Okay, we have a one formula to estimate the acceleration performance. Clear? Pt is equal to delta mv upon by 2 into ta into vf square plus vb square plus 2 by third mv into g into fr into vf plus 1 by 5 into rho a into cd into af into vf cubed. So means here by using this equation we can estimate the power ratings of the or acceleration performance of the vehicle. This is the power rating equation of the vehicle. Clear? So by using this equation, we can easily estimate the performance of the vehicle. Here M is nothing but total vehicle mass. Okay, total vehicle mass in terms of kgs. Okay, and TF is nothing but here TF is the expected acceleration time in seconds. TF is nothing but expected acceleration time in seconds. Okay, this is the not TF, this is the TA. Please remember, this is the TA, expected acceleration time in seconds. Okay, means how much time is taken to pick the maximum speed. How much time is taken to pick the maximum speed, that is in seconds. VB is the vehicle speed in meters per second. VB is the vehicle speed in meters per second corresponding to the motor base speed. Clear? Next, VF is the final speed of the vehicle acceleration. Okay, VB is nothing but vehicle speed. B indicates vehicle speed in corresponding to the motor base speed. Okay, and VF is nothing but vehicle speed corresponding to the maximum speed. Clear? So, for example, if motor's base speed is 1000 rpm, 1000 rpm, base speed is 1000 rpm, but the motor is running in the 3000 rpm, but the motor is running with the 3000 rpm. So from this, VB is nothing but VB is the 1000 rpm, this is the base speed, and VF is the maximum speed. VF is the maximum speed. Clear? So this 3000 is the VF and 1000 is the VB. Next, G is the gravity acceleration. Okay, generally we were taking 9.80 meters per second square. Okay, Fr is the rolling resistance coefficient. Fr is the rolling resistance coefficient, and we know the Vf here. And rho A is the air density. Okay, generally we are taking constant value, that is 1.202 kg per meter cube. Okay, generally we are taking the constant value rho A, air density. Okay, that is 1.202 kg per meter cube. And next, CD is nothing but aerodynamic drag. CD is nothing but aerodynamic drag. Clear? So here, AF is nothing but the front area of the vehicle in meter square. AF is nothing but the front area of the vehicle. The front area, because it is also depends on the area, because if the area of this the front area of the vehicle is more, then what will happening, the aerodynamic drag will be increases. Okay, whatever wind opposes the speed of the vehicle, that is also will be affected on the vehicle performance. Okay, means uh, front area of the vehicle is also most important point. Okay, if the front area of the vehicle is more, so it will be affected on the performance of the vehicle, because air wind, whatever the air or wind is opposing the vehicle speed of the vehicle, so that will be affected on the performance of the vehicle also. That will be affected performance of the vehicle also. That's why we are taking the front area of the vehicle is also important. Next, the first term, the equation 1 represents the power used to accelerate the vehicle mass. Okay, the first term, okay, this is the first term, represents the accelerate the vehicle. Okay, the power used to accelerate the vehicle mass. And the second and third term represent the average power for the overcoming the tire rolling resistance and aerodynamic drag. So means what we can say, this is represents the how much power is required to accelerate or to move the vehicle with a maximum speed or normal speed and so on, etc. And this second and third term is totally represents the, so the power is required to overcome the rolling resistance, friction torque, okay, and aerodynamic drags and so on, etc. Clear? So because also we have to give the some amount of power to overcome this resistance power. Resistance power is nothing but whatever the energy is wasted due to the friction, due to the wind, because when the vehicle is moving, wind is also opposing the speed of the vehicle. Okay. Just wait, I will read your message. Clear? So this is also means these two terms are totally reference the how much energy is required to overcome the rolling resistance, friction, and wind aerodynamic drags. Okay, clear? So that's why this equation is divided into three parts. This first part and second, this total second part. Clear? Next. So here you can see the figure. Just wait, I will see your message. Just wait. From which place to which place we consider the front area of the vehicle. So front area of the vehicle is nothing but जैसे vehicle का front area रहता है. From this side to this side, total area we have to consider. Front area means जो vehicle का front रहता है, from this side to this side, total area. For example, this is the vehicle. Okay, this is the vehicle. Clear? So okay, this is the front area. Lecture. So this total area we have to consider. This total area we have to consider, because if the area is increased, the aerodynamic drag is means we have to give the more power to overcome the aerodynamic drag. So, but in the case of two-wheeler, the front area is very less. The front area is very less. So obviously the aerodynamic drag will be very less affected on the two-wheeler compared with the four-wheeler, because the front area is more for the four-wheelers. Okay, that is depends upon the type of vehicle, maybe a bus or a truck or for car. Okay, so but in the case of two-wheeler, the aerodynamic drag effects is very less compared with the four-wheel, because it is having the very less front area. Clear? So that is this side to this side. From this place to this place, we have to consider front area. Clear? This total is the front area. Aerodynamic drag is nothing but. So why we have to consider the front area? Aerodynamic drag main important point, because aerodynamic drag is nothing but, for example, we are having the vehicle like this. Clear? For example, we are having the vehicle like this. Okay, so aerodynamic drag means whatever when the vehicle is moving in this direction. Clear? When the vehicle is moving in this direction, so the speed of this vehicle is in this direction. Speed of the vehicle is in this direction. So obviously, when the vehicle is moving in this direction, the wind will be opposites. Okay, the wind will be opposites. It is in two directions. One is the perpendicularly opposes. Okay, another one is the parallelly opposing, like this. Parallelly opposing. Clear? So these two types of wind forces. Okay, wind forces the vehicle, and it will oppose the speed of the vehicle. It will oppose the speed of the vehicle. So to overcome this force also, we have to use some extra energy. Clear? So that's why this wind energy is whatever the wind is opposing the speed of the vehicle. So that is called as simply we can say aerodynamic drag. Okay, that is called as simply aerodynamic drag. Okay, this is also one type of resistance. Clear? So in order, so what we can say here, this wind is depends upon the area of the vehicle, front area. Okay, so the area कैसे consider कर सकते हैं अपन? So total area, for example, this is the front area. This place से from this side to this side, total area we have to consider. Total area we have to consider. Clear? Doubt is clear? Okay. Okay, sorry for that. Next. Okay, here you can see the graph. Already we have discussed this graph in chapter 1, okay, in first unit. So that's the transmission characteristics, that the motor and IC engine characteristics while driving the first gear, second gear, third gear, and so on, etc. Okay, the tractive effort on traction power versus vehicle speed with the two-gear transmission during the acceleration, starting from low gear to tractive effort follows the trace A, B, D, E. Okay, means here just we have only considered two gears vehicle or two gear system. One is the low gear, one another one the high gear. Clear? So A, B, next A, B, D, E. A, B, D, E. Clear? So this is the area, uh, and VB1, VB is equal to VB1. However, when a single gear transmission is used, that is only when the high gear is available, the tractive effort follows the trace C, D, E, and VB is equal to VB2. So see here, where is the A, B, D, E and C, D, E? C, D, E and A, B, D, E. So when it is and when it is, so just look it again, this point, look it into again. So here we are drawing the graph between the tractive effort and traction power versus vehicle speed. So we are taking the tractive effort on the y-axis, okay, and vehicle speed on the x-axis. Means we are drawing the graph between the tractive effort or and vehicle speed. Clear? So vehicle speed with a two-gear transmission during the acceleration. So here we are taking the just simply taking the two-gear system. One is the low gear and another one is the high gear. Clear? Just for assumption. Next, starting from low gear, the tractive effort follows the trace of A, B, D, E. So here, whenever we are starting the vehicle in low gear, so obviously we have to start the vehicle in low gear, that is for example first gear, okay, and then it will move second gear and then it will move to third gear until it moves the fourth gear. Clear? So when the vehicle is started with a low gear, okay, so the tractive effort obviously is very high, the tractive effort is obviously is very high. Okay, so you can observe, already I have told in first unit what is tractive effort. So you can observe while driving the two-wheeler. So when the vehicle is you are driving the two-wheeler vehicle in first gear, so the vehicle will not be freely move. Okay, the vehicle will not be move freely, you can observe, but the vehicle will be sorry, the vehicle will move freely in the final gear because of the tractive effort. Tractive effort is nothing but whatever the resistance is present, whatever the friction is present between the tire and surface of the road, between the tire and surface of the road. Clear? In the first gear the tractive effort is obviously very high. Okay, in last gear the tractive effort is very low. Okay, so that is depends upon the speed. Clear? So for example, so this is the vehicle. Okay, This is the vehicle, and this vehicle is running the road. Okay, this is the surface of the road, and this is the tire. This is the contact area between the tire and road. Clear? So when the vehicle is moving first gear, the vehicle will not be moved freely. So because due the vehicle speed is very low, and obviously the whatever the friction or whatever the tractive effort is very high. Clear? So due to this, the vehicle will not be moved freely. But whenever the speed is increases, speed increase करने के लिए क्या करते हैं अपन? We are changing the gear. We are changing the gear. So when the speed increases, whatever the force is present between the tire of the vehicle and the surface of the road, that will be very less. Okay. So due to the less force between this area, so the vehicle is moving very freely. So that's why what we can say. So when the vehicle at low speed, running the first gear, the tractive effort is very high, and when the vehicle is running in the high gear, means the tractive effort will be decreases. The tractive effort will be decreases. That's why this is the area A and B, D and E represents the tractive effort versus speed. Okay, tractive effort versus speed when the vehicle running with the low gear. And this C, D and E, this C and D and E, this area will represent the when the tractive effort versus vehicle speed when the running with the high gear, when the vehicle is running in the high gear. Clear? So here when the tractive effort is equal when the running the low gear, v base speed of the vehicle is equal to vb1. Base speed of the vehicle is equal to vb1. So this is the base speed of the uh, vehicle when it is running of the low gear. And the base speed is somewhat changes. Okay, the base speed is somewhat changes when gear is changes. When the gear is changes, the base speed is somewhat changes. Clear? So this will become a base speed when the vehicle is moving in the final gear. This will become a base speed when the vehicle is moving in the when the vehicle is running in the high gear. Clear? Next. So this figure. Yes, obviously. So tractive effort means it will be affected on the speed of the vehicle. Okay, tractive effort, it will be affected on the speed of the vehicle. But the tractive effort is totally depends upon the gear of the vehicle. The tractive effort is totally depends upon the gear of the vehicle. Clear? So if the vehicle is moving first way gear, the tractive effort is very high. In the when the vehicle is moving in the fourth gear, the tractive effort is decreases. Clear? Just look like a friction. Just look like a friction. आप फर्स्ट गियर में गाड़ी चलाते हैं तो ऑब्वियसली फर्स्ट गियर में इतना फ्रीली मूव नहीं होता व्हीकल बिकॉज ड्यू टू द वट एवर द फ्रिक्शन इज प्रेजेंट बिटवीन द टायर एंड रोड. Due to that, the vehicle is not move freely. If you are not handled properly in first gear, so there is a chance to क्या होता है गिरने के लिए चांसेस रहता है. ओके गिरने के लिए चांसेस रहता है अगर हैंडल नहीं किए तो अच्छे से अगर टू व्हीलर चला रहे हो. Clear? So that's why the tractive effort is very high in the first gear and the tractive effort is low in the last gear. That is the final gear. Okay, it should be noted that rated motor power determined by the, so already we have seen this equation previous. Okay, motor power equations. Next, the calculation of the vehicle performance such as acceleration time, acceleration distance, and gradiability. Okay, gradiability is nothing but this is also one type of resistance when the vehicle moving in the uphill in the hilly areas, upward direction, lower direction. That is different. That is called as a gradiability. Is exactly same as that of the pure electric vehicle. Clear? So next, power rating design of the IC engine or generator. So I will show the one flow chart. Just wait, I will open that flow chart. Just wait. I think it is there in this PPT. I think I already have explained previous lectures, I think. Okay, so this is the flow chart what we have already explained. Clear? So means electrical machine generation, so sizing methodology. Clear? So requirements on the E machine. E machine means electrical motor. So regeneration capability. So whenever we are going to whenever we are going to the design the electric vehicle or hybrid electric vehicle, we need to use the IC engine as well as electrical motor. Okay, we need to take the IC engine as well as electrical motor. So first of all, whenever we are going to take the electrical motor, we have to check the first one is regeneration capability is there or not. Means regeneration capability में क्या होता है? Motor should be work as a generator. Okay, in regeneration process, the motor whatever we have taken, that motor should be operated as a generator. Okay, when it is operated as a generator, it will generate the electrical energy, and this energy can be given to the battery for the charging. Clear? So that's why first condition we have to check whether this motor can be work as a generator or not in regenerative braking process. Clear? So otherwise, if the motor is not able to work under the regenerative braking process, so obviously the efficiency of that vehicle is will be decreases. Clear? So why? Because we are going to design the hybrid electric vehicle, main is the regenerative braking process. Okay, when the energy is not required by the vehicle, vehicle को कुछ भी energy requirement नहीं है, so means for example vehicle is coming from hill areas downside. Okay, our vehicle is moving in neutral point. ओके, न्यूट्रल में भी व्हीकल रन कर सकते हैं, तब क्या होता है, कोई एनर्जी का जरूरत ही नहीं है. So no need take any energy from the IC engine as well as motor. So in that cases we can generate the some electrical energy. We can generate the some electrical energy. क्योंकि अपन फॉर एग्जांपल शुगर फैक्ट्री है, शुगर फैक्ट्री में पावर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, अपन करते हैं कि नहीं करते? शुगर फैक्ट्री में, शुगर फैक्ट्री में पावर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं कि नहीं करते? Please give the reply, anyone. Hello. Yes. Okay, we are, but sugar factory क्यों अपन main intention क्या है? sugar factory क्या है? So output क्या चाहिए अपन को? sugar. Okay, sugar cane से अपन को sugar लेना है, लेकिन our production power is totally different concept. Production of power in sugar plant is totally different. But so whatever the wastage material is there, we can use as a raw material for the power production. Okay, so whatever the wastage है उसमें जो sugar cane से जूस निकलने बाद, तो उसको क्या करते हैं अपन? बर्न करते हैं. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स, थर्मल पावर प्लांट में क्या करते हैं? सो वी आर यूजिंग द कोल, and by burning this coal we are generating the steam energy. Steam energy is converted into the mechanical to electrical energy. Clear? So as a coal we are using this wastage of this sugar cane. Okay, after we are getting the juice from the sugar cane. So कोल का जगह अपन क्या करते हैं? जो वेस्टेज है बाहर फेंकने से अच्छा अपन क्या करते हैं, तो उसको बर्न करते हैं. बर्न करके अपन स्टीम एनर्जी बॉयलर में, और उसके बाद अल्टरनेटर से इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी जनरेट करते हैं. इट इज क्लियर? सो मीन्स वहां पे क्या सोचा अपन? इसको वेस्टेज करने से अच्छा कुछ एनर्जी जनरेट कर सकते हैं अपन, वो एनर्जी यूज कर सकते हैं. क्लियर? सो लाइक दिस सेम हियर आल्सो, जिस व्हेन द व्हीकल इज मूविंग, अपना मेन कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है? व्हीकल को रन करना है. लेकिन जब व्हीकल फ्रीली मूव होता है, so why we have to waste that energy? Why we have to waste that energy? So that's why whatever the kinetic energy is there, okay, so this kinetic energy is converted to the electrical energy. So for this process the motor should be work as a generator. The motor should be work as a generator. Clear? So that's why this condition we have to check whether this motor can be work as a generator or not in regenerative braking process. Clear? So next, and again we have to, whenever we are going to see the IC engine, whenever we are going to select the IC engine, so we have to check the some requirements, means acceleration, velocity. So how much speed it can be pick up in how much time? For example, 100 kilometers per hour pick up होने के लिए कितना time लेता है? ओके, वेलोसिटीज क्या है इसका? मैक्सिमम स्पीड कितना हैंडल कर सकते हैं? एंड दिस स्पीड ऑफ द आईसी इंजन and the speed of the electrical motor is matching or not. Okay, both speed should be matched. Clear? So otherwise vehicle will not be run properly. Clear? So all these acceleration, performance and velocity, how much speed it can be pick up in how much time, all these parameters we have to check. And this AC engine as well as electrical motor can be matched or not, speed, torque, and mechanical power characteristics. Clear? So all these things we have to check while taking the while selecting the IC engine. Next, we have to see the one more major component is the battery. One more major component is the battery in the vehicles. Clear? So batteries also we have to see. So battery में क्या क्या check करना है? So what will be the energy density, power density? What will be the charging time? What will be the discharging time? Clear? So what will be the motor rating? So whether if the motor rating and for example we are taking the 20 kilowatt motor, so whether this battery can be able to supply for this motor or not. Okay, motor और battery का parameters matching होता है कि नहीं होता है, voltage, current. Okay, and next also we have to check the mass of the vehicle also, because if the weight of the vehicle is increased, obviously it will take the more power. So this also battery can be able to fulfill or not. Clear? So all these parameters we have to check before selecting the battery. Means power, energy density, power density, what will be the charging time, what will be the discharging time, what will be the safety of that battery. Clear? So all these require, all these parameters we have to see as an electrical engineer. And also we have to test that one before using the vehicle. Clear? And then the after that, best fuel economy on the nation, means what we can say vehicle and component size. So we are using the hybrid electric vehicle IC engine also. Best fuel भी economic means क्या बोल सकते हैं अपन, how much price we can save. Okay, by going for the hybrid concept or electrical vehicle concept, how much energy we can save and how much money we can save. क्लियर? फाइनल कंक्लूजन क्या है? फाइनली अपन को एनर्जी सेव करना प्लस प्राइस भी सेव करना है. ये फॉर दैट पर्पस वी आर गोइंग फॉर द इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल कॉन्सेप्ट. एनर्जी सेव, सॉरी, फ्यूल सेव, दैट इज एनर्जी सेव एंड प्राइस सेव. क्लियर? Money save. Clear? So after designing this one, we have to see the performance of the vehicle, how much energy can be saved, how much fuel can be saved, how much amount we can be saved. Clear? So these things we have to check. So one more flow chart is there. So I will explain next lecture that flow chart also. Clear? So next, considering the efficiency of the motor drive, while considering the efficiency of the motor drive, okay, and transmission, motor efficiency and transmission efficiency, ET is nothing but transmission efficiency, ETM is nothing but motor efficiency. Okay, the power output of the engine generator system is about 20 to 25% more than that in figure shown we have in 7.7. Clear? So you can see here the power kilowatt in we have taken the y-axis, and motors vehicle speed we have taken the x-axis. Clear? So obviously when the vehicle speed is going to increase, so the vehicle is taking the less power. The power will be decreases. Okay, the power will be decreases. For example, what we told, if the vehicle speed is increases, obviously what we can say, initially it required the high torque. Initially it required the high torque. Okay, and then when the vehicle is moving, the torque is going to be decreases. Clear? Like this. Because जैसे जैसे vehicle speed बढ़ता जाएगा, इतना torque को कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Clear? So that's why when the torque is going to decrease, so obviously the mechanical power is also going to decrease, because the power is proportional to the speed into torque. The power, mechanical power is proportional to the speed into torque. Clear? Speed into torque. If the torque is going to decrease, so the power is also going to decrease. Clear? So that's why what we can say, when the vehicle speed is increases, when the vehicle speed is increases, the power is going to be decreases. Next, when the vehicle is driving in a stop and go pattern, when the vehicle is driving in a stop and go pattern, stop and go pattern कहाँ पे use करते हैं अपन generally when the vehicle is running in the cities like urban areas. Okay, vehicle start होता है move फिर stop करना पड़ता है because traffic areas due to the traffic and speed breakers and so on etc. Okay, the vehicle is driving generally in start, stop and go pattern in urban areas. The power that engine or generator produce should be equal to or slightly greater than the vehicle average load power in order to maintain the balanced energy storage in the power electronic system or batteries. The average load power can be expressed. Okay, so whatever we have calculated the power in previous equation. Okay, power equations like this way, average power कितना होता है. So by using this equation we can also estimate the average power. Okay, average power when the vehicle is running the in urban areas, when the vehicle is running in the urban areas. Clear? So this is the simple concept of the uh, motor generator set, selection of this, sizing. Okay, what are the major components, what will be the energy storage technologies, what will be the power electronic technologies. Clear? What will be the power electronic this is the energy storage technologies concept. And also we have seen the power electronics, power electronic systems. Okay, sizing in the power electronics and motor generators sizing, all these things we have seen.